There you go. There's some wood.
You're a good man.
I know I am. Can't help it. I was born that way. Today I'm in the wood yard. There's wood in the trailer and I got more to put in. We got deliveries to make. Here we go. So last night I put this load into the trailer because I didn't want to have to load it this morning, but there it is. It is a full cord of oak and I'm going to be going to deliver it in just a little bit. But I thought I would talk a little bit about what could happen today. Last night when I pulled into my driveway, I heard a little ch-ch-ch sound coming from the front left tire. And I thought brakes maybe, or a lot of you probably know what it might be. I think that's what it is. I think it's bearings, which doesn't surprise me. I've got 209,000 miles on my truck and I haven't done anything with the bearings yet. I replaced the brakes at like 130 or 130,000, something like that, but I got 209,000, haven't done the bearings yet. And yes, a lot of you are saying, no way. Well, it's a Toyota. I'm just saying, because I know my brother Ken has had bearings put on his truck like 10 times over the last 3 years. It's just unbelievable how many times his bearings go out. And I hear that's pretty common for other trucks. It's a Toyota. So I think that's what it is, and it's just barely there, but I noticed now when I was driving down the road, I rolled my window and I was listening. I didn't hear it until I turned the corner and I heard a little shh sound, so I'm pretty sure it's bearings. I already called, talked to the guy at the shop, because I am not a mechanic, as a lot of you know. I talked to the guy and he says, yeah, it's probably bearings, and I'm taking it in tomorrow morning. I said, well, am I okay? He said, well, if it gets really loud, he said, probably not. So he said, don't go on any trips. I said, no, I'm not going to. I said, but I have a couple deliveries to. He says, well, if you're just around town, he said, you'd probably be okay, but he said, to be safe, you probably shouldn't do it. But I got deliveries scheduled, and you know me, I don't want to stop. So I'm going to deliver this load. Hopefully it'll go well. And I got one more delivery to do. I could have done probably 10 today, but I'm going to call the other people and schedule them for later in the week. So hopefully when we go down the road, I don't start on fire. So here we go. We're going to see what happens. I am back from the delivery. I did not start on fire. It's not getting any louder, but I could hear it. I roll the window down. I'm going around the corner and kind of listening. Or if I'm in an area where there's not a lot of traffic, I'm trying to go slow and I can just barely hear it. Sometimes it's a little loud, sometimes it's not there at all. So I'm gonna try to do one more delivery. Hopefully we can get this one done too. So let's give it a try. There it is, a load of locusts is in the trailer. Now this customer is a new one, and when she called me, she said, I see you've got lots of different kinds of wood. And she said, what's the best wood? I said, well, what are you going to use it for? She said, well, fireplace, but we want something with a lot of heat. And she said, I hear a lot of people get oak. She said, is that the best? I said, well, a lot of people think so, but no. I said, hickory is better, and locust is better, and I personally like cherry better. But as far as heat, locust is the best stuff I have besides ironwood, which I don't have ironwood separate. That's mixed in with my maple and mixed hardwood, so there's ash with it and stuff like that. But I told her it was locust. She said, let's do that. So just an example of, you can sell people certain kinds of wood. I mean, if you've got a lot of something, just say, hey, this is the best stuff, this is what you want. Or just say, hey, this is the stuff a lot of people get. Or say, this is what I recommend, it's the stuff I have that's the oldest, the driest, stuff I like the most, whatever it is. Don't be afraid just to tell people, because I would say way more than 3/4 of the people I sell to have no clue of what they're getting. They just order wood. They just want wood that's going to burn today, or wood that's going to be easy to burn. or wood that is not going to spark and snap, or they want wood that is going to spark and snap in a campfire. So ask questions to people. What I like to do is find out from them what they have for burning. Is it a fire pit? Is it a fireplace? Is it a wood boiler? Is it a wood stove? What are they doing with it? Are they decorating with it? Believe it or not, I've had people do that. They want wood for decorating, where they'll buy birch and they want to just fill their rack in their fireplace and then some outside, and they don't even burn it. They say, well, they might burn it, but they want it for decorating. So I've had people do that. Or if they're smoking with it, if someone's doing smoking of meat, you know, guys that are doing ribs or brisket, things like that. I've got several people I sell to, and so I like to ask questions. You know, what are you going to do with it? Where are you going to burn it? How much do you burn? What kind do you usually get? Those are all real important questions to ask. Find out from people what they want, and if they have no clue, well, then you be an expert and give them advice. Tell them, here's what most people get. Here's what I recommend. This is what a lot of people do. Same thing stands true when it comes to quantity. A lot of people will ask me, like, what does the average person get? I tell them pretty much this. I say, some people get a face cord, which is a row that is 4 feet high, 8 feet long of 16-inch pieces. It's a third of a cord. Some people will get a full cord. It's 3 of those. Then there are people that will get 2 or 3 or even 4 full cords because they heat with it. But the average person just burns in a fireplace and a fire pit in their backyard, goes through between 2 and 3 face cords, or 2/3 of a cord or a full cord in a year. That's very average. And a lot of those people will order 1 face cord or a pickup load or a third of a cord at a time. I say it's very common. And a lot of people, you got to realize, don't know quantities. They have no clue of how much wood this is. This is 2 face cords or 2/3 of a cord. And you need to explain it to them. So even when I tell people sometimes that it's, you know, it's 4 feet high, 8 feet long, they're like, well, I don't know, especially people that aren't really, how do I say this nicely? Maybe people that haven't built anything before, because I'll even say, like, you know, a sheet of plywood, if you lay it down horizontally, that's 4 by 8 feet. And they go, some people will go, oh, I tell them it fits the box of a bed of a pickup truck, pretty much level. It's something they can conceive of in their mind, because not a lot of people are really good with weights and measures and quantities and sizes of things. So kind of just give them some ballpark references. So there's the load. We're going down the road.
Worries about that log like a kid.
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Firewood. Since I was about 7, so
Really?
53 years.
That's enough.
Yeah. I just do this for, it's a side job. I have another business. So I have a photography studio I've had for 40 years, so
okay.
I just do this
Around here?
Yeah, in Appleton. We're by the airport. We got 4 acres and a 6,000 square foot studio. We do a lot of commercial and contract photography.
It's not going to hit your tripod, is it?
Nope.
Okay. You know what you're doing. This is good?
Yes, very good. Too good.
It's, I'm not surprised.
Diet Coke. Yep, all locusts, yep. Yeah, it's excellent. I like the larger. Yeah, it's a real dense wood.
Okay.
And it's actually puts out more heat than oak and hickory, so it's
Okay.
excellent wood. Yeah, once you
Perfect
get
for
it,
us.
it burns really good.
Yeah, it's nicely split too. I don't see a lot of.
Too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
perfect.
I always split it so that the average person can pick it up with one
I
hand.
like that.
And it's usually the lady of the house that's making the fires and tending the fires because it's for them. At most places.
Very, you do know your business.
Because they like it warm. That's how my wife is. She wants it warm. Because whenever you get a fire going, she's just in that room. So.
That's right.
So when you're running in your fireplace, do you guys run your furnace fan to circulate the air?
We do, yeah.
That's what we do too, yeah. Because otherwise it's all warm in that one room.
Right.
We turn the furnace fan just to circulate the air in the house.
Gotcha.
And that
Helps
helps.
a little bit,
I'm gonna pull ahead. So make
All
sure
right, I'll get him out of the way. Bentley,
Jump up.
hey, come here. Come here.
I am back from my delivery and the truck is still going just fine, and I think it might be the brakes, because it seems like when I hit the brakes and I got the window open going a corner, I can hear the kind of a grinding, shushing sound, and I don't hear it otherwise. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be the front brakes. But I could be wrong. Like I've said before, I am not a mechanic. I'm just a guy that makes big pieces of wood into little pieces of wood. So I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree, the sharpest knife in the drawer, or the pokiest stick in the woods. So I'm going to put in some more wood because I got a guy that is going to be home today, and I thought I could deliver tomorrow, but he's going to be gone. And he texted me and said he's going to be gone tomorrow when I was supposed to deliver. And he said, can you bring it today? So I'm going to put a face coat of mixed hardwood into the truck. And we're going to go and deliver that right now. So I just happen to have some mixed hardwood right here. So look at this. I can sit down on the job. This is the way it should be right here. Sitting down on the job. Look at this. So I want to put some of this stuff in. And because this is, there's a lot of, I noticed, I can tell by looking at it, there's some maple in here, a bunch of maple right there, but there's also some cottonwood, and there's also some, looks like some aspen in here, or popple. So I'm not going to give them a lot of this. Yeah, right here's another piece of popple. So I'm not going to give them a lot of this, just a few. Kind of cover the bottom. I'm going to go over and I'll put some ash in, and then maybe some more maple. So that's what's going to happen. I'm going to load it up. So there, I put in a little bit of birch, I put in a little bit of maple, and a little bit of cherry at the end of that load. I put a bunch of ash from this pile because the first stuff that I put in over there was mainly popple and cottonwood and a little bit of maple, but it wasn't the really good stuff. So I threw some good stuff in. So down the road we go to do a delivery. So I got a buddy of mine, my old best friend, is coming to get some free wood. He said he wants to borrow some, and he said he would return it when he's done with it. So that'll be interesting. It's for a fire pit in the backyard. So he's gonna back up in here and we're gonna throw some wood on. It's gonna give him a bunch of this stuff because he doesn't care what it is. He said, give me wood that'll burn. This will burn because, as you guys all know, all wood burns. Just say when.
It should do it till next year.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
It's free, you know. You can take as much as you want, and you can return it when you're done. There you go. There's some wood.
you're a good man.
I know I am. I can't help it. I was born that way. Well, folks, the deliveries for today are complete. Tomorrow, I am going to take the truck in and get the brakes looked at because I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And that'll happen tomorrow. And you're going to probably go tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. and watch the next video, which is going to be tomorrow morning. And otherwise, you go to my channel, you can watch some of the 850 ones that are posted. That's what you should do right now. Good night, Irene.